Yep, we got you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Josh, Colin, thanks for joining us. Sorry that we're just wrapping up the team meeting. That was Kristen, our amazing broker in EXP world. So I just shut that off. Hopefully I stopped the screen share.
You did.
Awesome. Let me enable it because I know Colin's going to grab it. 1 second. All right. Hopefully we get more of the team jumping on, but we've got the players here, right? Hey, guys. Josh Metal, Neo Home Loans, and his marketing. What's your official title, Colin?
I am the regional marketing director.
Regional marketing director, which means there's multiple regions, right?
Yeah, we have 3 or 4 regions now at Neo.
You guys are amazing. So those of you that don't know, you should be in the know. Josh and Colin with Neo Home Loans are our event sponsors for Summer Splash at Cowabunga Bay coming up. We're excited to have you guys do this with us, Josh.
Thanks, buddy. It's good to be here, and I'm really excited for the event. You guys throw events like no other, and so to be able to, be alongside you and watch you throw this event and participate is really exciting for us. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've known Josh for a long time, amazing friend and lender. And so we're proud to have you aligned with us as well, Josh. So what we're doing today, other than just introducing you, and we'll have a few more occasions as we approach the event for you to learn from Josh, namely tomorrow. Let's see the next one tomorrow at 2 p.m. Josh, right? There's a link in our team Facebook group. Josh is going to be talking about a home solution product, helping cash purchases for those people that are hesitant to sell their homes that need a solution so they can go find that next home before they put their home on the market. Super, super exciting. Josh is also slated to teach here in the office on May 25th on our Wednesday training. So make sure you put both of those on your calendar for sure. Again, maybe Colin, if you have it, you could throw the link to tomorrow in the chat for those guys that just want to click on it right now and check that out for the one he's doing with Jake tomorrow at 2 p.m. That's a Zoom call. I do have it in the Team Limitless Facebook group. So what Colin is going to jump on here today is kind of help you guys reach your SOI. He's from what I understand, and Josh can introduce him more, but a Facebook genius. Really kind of knows how to operate. And one thing that we could do that he's going to show us is create a custom or a target audience. When we think of that, we think of lead generation and buyers and sellers, and often we don't think of, and me included, our friends, our families, our sphere of influence can be a target audience. You can make a post, and we just started doing this recently, and it's pretty amazing, but you can do a post that you don't necessarily want everybody to see, right? And the algorithm is going to make sure most of them won't see it. But with a paid ad, you can target your friends, your families with an invitation saying, hey, you're seeing this because you are on my short list or whatever. So Colin, I'm going to let you guys kind of take over from here and rip into it.
Hey, Jeff, do you mind if I jump in real quick and frame this conversation a little more? And then also I'd love to give a little background on Colin and his expertise.
Absolutely. I would love that. Cool. Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'm going to try to share my screen. So Jeff, if you can see my screen, will you give me a thumbs up? All right, cool. So team, I want to put a frame around this because what we want to teach you here today is a strategy to help you get attendance for the upcoming event. But also, I want this to be bigger. I want this to be something that you don't just use once to make the event successful. I want it to be something that you put in your repertoire in terms of marketing tools and that you use forever. It is the strategy that we have been using at Neo for, I think over the last 5 years, Colin's been working on this project. And the reason why I think this is so important is tied back to this article. There is an article written by Reforge, and the guy who wrote this is just a really marketing genius. And he's talking about growing the infrequent products and having more continuity with products that we don't use on a real frequent basis, like real estate, like realtors, like mortgage. And so in this article, he talks about a natural frequency of usage. He says, okay, you know, Slack, Zynga, Facebook, these are daily type products that we engage with. Uber, DoorDash, Zoom, Credit Karma, these are weekly type products. And then you have things that are monthly, quarterly, and yearly. Zillow, TurboTax, Thumbtack, Opendoor, these types of products. Well, you know, you don't see mortgage and real estate in here, but if they did, it would be a category all of its own. You know, it'd be a decade, you know, once every decade, maybe slightly more frequent, but somewhere around that timeline, you need your realtor again. You need your lender again. And so this section I thought was really interesting and insightful for me. And it plays into why I think the strategy that Colin's going to teach you is going to be so beneficial for us as lenders and realtors. So this section right here, it says products that have natural frequencies of more than once per month are within the habit zone. And I'll show you the graphic down below in just a second, because it's easier to build a recurring habit with the user. Think about Amazon. You know, my wife is probably an hourly user of Amazon, and it's the first place we go to when we think about, you know, buying things now, because we use it so frequently. I was literally driving down to the office today. I was looking at my shoes and going, geez, I need a new pair of shoes. I wonder if I can hop on Amazon at a stoplight and get my shoes ordered. But they're just top of mind because we use them so frequently. And then he says products that are infrequent, less than quarterly, are in the forgettable zone, because it's easy for the user to forget about your product due to the low frequency of for use case. So here's the spectrum, right? These are products that we use daily, weekly, monthly, annually, multiple years. Somewhere over here is realtor and mortgage lender. And then the only things that consumers use less frequently than that over here would be like morticians. But we have to be aware that even though we do a great job and we create remarkable experiences, that we have to stay top of mind. And if a consumer isn't going to use us weekly, monthly, annually, then it's incumbent upon us to figure out how to stay top of mind with that consumer. And if they're not transacting with us monthly, we should at least be interacting with them monthly. And so that can be postcards, that can be events like this. It can also be the strategy that Colin's going to share with you. Colin and I have been working together with online marketing for the last 5 years. The 10 years before that, it's been a hobby of mine and something that we've used well. We generate about 10,000 online leads a year. We don't buy, we generate 10,000 online leads a year from our websites, our blogs, our social media posting. And Colin's going to show you really the cornerstone of our marketing in how to do boosted Facebook posts. And get this, we figured out that Mark Zuckerberg, his friends over there at Facebook, Instagram, and Meta, they like money. So if you give them a little bit of money, they will make you a rock star in the lives of your SOI and your consumers. So with that, Colin, I'm going to shush up. I'm going to hand it over to you, and let's learn something.
Heck yeah. So as Jeff said, I'm going to show you guys how to create a custom audience and how to use that audience inside of Facebook to create either a Facebook ad or boosted post. Can you guys see my Facebook screen okay?
Yep.
All right.
Hey, before you get into the technical side, Colin, will you just explain like what is the consumer going to see, or what are they going to experience is really the question, once somebody does what you're about to show us how to do?
Yep. So when you create an advertisement for these custom audiences, whoever you add into these custom audiences are actually going to see your post or your advertisement inside of their news feed. So like here, we have a sponsored post here. We're seeing this post, but we don't actually follow this page. So your past clients, your friends, family will be able to see your actual post or your advertisement inside their news feed or inside certain apps without them even liking or following your page. You're muted, Josh.
Thanks, buddy. So they don't have to be your friend. They don't have to like or follow your page. You can essentially create a database, people you know or don't know, and then you can pay Mr. Zuckerberg to put our messaging in front of those people on a consistent basis, correct?
Yep, correct.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Cool. So I also sent Jeff a handout that I created. It's kind of a step-by-step walkthrough on how to create a custom audience and how to create an advertisement. So for today, I think I'll just dive in and show you guys how to create and upload a custom audience, as well as kind of get started on where to place the custom audience inside of a Facebook advertisement.
And guys, that handout that Colin just referred to is uploaded in the file section and as a post in our Team Limos Facebook group.
Perfect.
Hey, Colin, there's a quick question here from Tracy. Is it Tracy or Tracy?
It's Tracy.
Okay. Tracy, okay.
Great question. So you can only run Facebook ads or boosted posts if you have a business Facebook page. So on that handout, it has a great video on how to create a business page and an ads account and all that fun stuff. So today we'll just jump into the ad center. To do that, on the sidebar, there's a see more button that you can click to see ads manager, or you can type ads manager in search center. We'll pull up the ads manager here. If my internet would speed up a little bit.
Never goes fast when we're on Zoom, does it?
Yep. There we go. Once your ads manager decides to load for you, we need the cricket music, cricket noises.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right.
We're almost there. I apologize.
That's all right. This proves that we've done a few of these.
Yeah, so you can see we have 56 campaigns, and I actually deleted out probably 100 plus the last month. So we definitely do this quite a bit. And this is kind of embarrassing.
This is kind of cool at the bottom, Colin. It shows that there's 34,822 people that were reached with these campaigns, 121,000 impressions, and 1,080 spent. Do you have any idea how many, just as you're waiting for this to load, do you have any idea how many leads were created off of those combined campaigns?
So this is about 2 weeks of running this info here. We're probably close to 400 or more leads just off of these campaigns. All right, so now once your ads manager decides to load for you, if you go up here with the three, some people call it the hamburger options for all tools, you open that up, you're going to go into audiences. Now we need to load another page.
Are you on dial-up?
I think so.
Maybe shut your video off. Let's see if that'll help go any faster. There we go.
Okay, and then we are going to go to create audience, custom audience. You're going to click on customer list, hit next. This is just going to tell you how to prepare your lists, the identifiers that Facebook pulls from. So the main ones that you always want to make sure you have is for sure an email address, a phone number, since Facebook does let you create Facebook accounts with phone numbers, mobile. If you have their actual ID numbers, you could throw those in there. However, most of us don't have those. So we're just gonna go with next. Does this have value? Most of these lists don't have value. So I always click no. The value is pretty much saying, are you ranking your lists? We've never ranked our lists since all our past clients are kind of all the same to us. So I always hit no there. This is where you're actually going to upload your database. So what I've done is I went in and I exported out all the past clients for one of our loan officers, Mike Jones. Mike Jones has done over 1,000, if not more, past clients in just the last couple of years. So I've exported all of them out. It has their emails, phone numbers, and names. You could go ahead and name your audience here. So this is Mike Jones, past client. And then I usually date them. So we use the correct, because what we usually update these lists once per month after we have all our fundings. And so I date them each time. We're going to hit next. Now Facebook is going to pull out of that database the best options to link and search for Facebook accounts. So we have cell phone numbers, home numbers, work numbers, emails, second emails. We don't need this section here. So we're going to do not upload there. And then you can go in and see what other fields there possibly is. However, the rest of these aren't relevant for Facebook. The only thing Facebook's really going to look for in these is phone numbers and email addresses. And then all we're going to do is hit import and create. It's going to warn you that there's unmapped identifiers. That's okay. So we're going to upload it anyways. And then usually it uploads pretty quickly, but since I'm on dial-up, oh, there we go. We're good. Okay. So from here, if you're ready to create an advertisement, you can hit create ad or you can hit done.
Hey, I got a question on that, Colin. Is it possible to go back?
I don't think so.
Okay, no worries. There was a thing in there that said create lookalikes. So let's just maybe come back to that once you're done.
Unfortunately, so a quick answer to that, unfortunately, Facebook has taken away lookalike audiences for anybody in the mortgage or real estate business. It's really sad. It used to be really cool to take people that are like your past client database that you uploaded and run your ads to similar people. But unfortunately, that's been taken away.
We're third-class citizens now.
We are. Yeah. So to create an advertisement with that custom audience, if you go back to your main ads manager dashboard, you'll have this big green create button. We want to create a campaign. Usually we go traffic. We like to lead people to a landing page that we created. Jeff, I believe you guys are creating a landing page sign up form for this event, correct?
Yes, we do. We have a registration event page.
Cool. So what I would do, I would go traffic and then name your campaign, hit continue. So traffic is, so send people to a website. I believe your marketing team is going to send you guys that sign up URL as well as social media graphics. Once you hit next, it's going to come in here. We need to, so since we are in the housing industry, you always have to make sure you select housing here or your ad will not get approved. For this event though, since we're not talking about anything housing, you probably could get away with not using that. However, it doesn't really matter since we're only sending this to past clients or our database anyways. So just for going forward, other things, we'll just always make sure that's housing is selected and hit next. We're sending traffic to a website. You could also send them to Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, or you can send them to give you a call if you want to. Now the budget with Facebook, the bare minimum you can do is $1 per day, just depending on your list size. I would go from anywhere between $1 and, let's say Mike Jones, he did have over 1,000. I would probably hit him about $3 per day, and that's all. That's the highest I would go for him.
Wow.
to make
Hey,
sure to hit all those clients. So you can see with $3 a day, you're going to hit 400 to 1.2 thousand people in one day at $3.
what is it if you go to 10, just to go back to see what that variance is?
So I wouldn't go that high, mainly because if we hit if you see we hit $3, you're going to hit his whole database in one day.
Got it.
Day. If you go to 10, you're already way past what his database limit is. So there's no point in spending that extra money.
I was trying to figure out your thinking there, and that makes total sense. Thank you for sharing that.
So I would just keep in mind how many people you have in your database that you're sending these to, and then you can kind of fine tune and dial this in. It'll give you an idea here. Now you can run this continuously as a daily budget, or we do a lifetime budget. And let's say we're a month away from the event, and you want to do $3. Excuse me. So you want to do $3. So that would be $90. So we do $90. We'll do the start date today. We'll do the end date a month out. And then this is where you're actually going to select your audience for that we just uploaded. So if you just click here, so we're going to remove the location setting since we're not targeting locations. So if you click into that, and then, oh, actually that one's fine because it was as United States. So you do need to select, the US. And then search existing audiences. If you just click on here, it's going to pull up your most recent. And there we go. Mike Jones, past client, 5/16/22. Now that database has been added. Also, since it's not fully updated yet, it's not going to give us our daily results, but you can pull that off before adding that. Automatic placements, I always go recommended. And then hit next. And this is where you're actually going to create your advertisement. So where you're going to upload your image or your video, your content, as well as the page you want to.
Hey, Colin, since you just mentioned video, have you done any tracking or split testing on click-through rate and leads when you use video versus when you don't?
Yeah, so we use a bunch of both. Most of our advertisements though we do with video advertising. We get better results doing video. Lately though, we have had a uptick in just doing graphic advertisements. So it's changing a little bit, but I mean, if you have time to get out a video, I would for sure go with video. However, if you don't have time or you just want something quick, graphic ad is going to perform just as well for an event like this. So you just kind of go through all the steps here. You can add your media, add image. You can add your descriptions, your headlines. The website, this is where you're going to add the destination URL that you're sending them to here. And then once you're done, you just hit publish and you should be good to go. And since we created that, the targeting to hit the customer list, it's just going to send to these people that you upload. And that's how you create a custom audience. Hopefully that was helpful and made sense. If you have questions, like I said, I sent Jeff. Jeff has that handout that you guys have access to.
Did we miss any questions in the chat here? Just want to make sure we got all those real quick. I think Chase answered Tracy's question. David, do you know your close probably ratio on those 10,000 leads? Yeah, well, we serve our team serves about 1,600 families per year. So, and you know, some of those are past clients, obviously. I would say that our conversion rate to closing is somewhere between 10 and 12%. That's been a historical average for us for going back a very, very long time. So team, I'll invite you to ask any questions that you have. Feel free to come off mute. Is there a video I can watch to help me do this? I was having some issues. Yeah, for sure. Well, I think Jeff is recording this, and there's also a PDF document that Colin sent over to Jeff that's kind of like a quick reference guide. So you should have the video recording and the QRG to walk you through that step by step.
Yeah, Tracy, in case you missed that, that document is uploaded on our Team Limitless Facebook group page. And when we're done here today, I'm going to clip out this because I was recording the whole team meeting. I'll clip out Colin's presentation and I'll upload that as well.
So Colin, and I invite Andrew to jump in here too, who's another expert on our marketing team, great at writing copy. You know, if I were trying to get clients to this event, I would put together a 30-second reel or short video style film. I would film it with my little tripod here in the vertical format of my phone, in this format. And I would just have some kind of loose script based on the invitation, inviting all my friends and past clients to register and to come party with me and bring the kids. It's going to be awesome. Here's the link. And I would put that out on my, my own kind of personal social pages. And then I would take that exact same video. I would upload that database. That database can be past clients. It can be your sphere of influence. It can be leads. It can be whoever you want to invite. I'd upload that database, and then I would market that same video that I did on my social page. And I would do that through the paid advertisement. And the difference is, I think Colin alluded to this, I may get 30 or 40 people, 50 people, maybe 100 people that see that video if I just put it out on my social page. But when I start to exchange money with Facebook and pay them to market it, then it's going to get to everybody in that database. Everybody's going to see that video in their newsfeed. So your penetration is going to be a lot better. Andrew, Colin, is there anything you'd add to that?
No, I think that's a great idea. The name of the game is just hitting them as many times as you can with the message. So yeah, that's a great idea. Put it on your personal social media, put some money behind it, and then upload it to YouTube, email out a link, text out a link. Just make sure they have as many opportunities as they can to watch that video.
Let me just bring up one word of caution, guys. You're participating in the cost of this event. So if you put it out there that it's a free event at Cowabunga Bay, bring your family and friends. You may have people that you're not as closely connected with on a personal level that are on your Facebook page that are going to register and say, hey, thanks, Dave Deal. You're the big deal. I appreciate that. I'm bringing my grandkids, my cousins. They're all coming. And that's $10 a head for you guys. So if you're going to put it on your personal page, which not everybody will see it, but if you're going to put it on there, request that they reach out to you personally through DM or a phone call or whatever for more information about the event, because only your close friends are going to reach out to you and ask questions about that. So if you put it on your personal page, do that, make them take an extra step to connect with you. I think the better play here is to do your business page and do the sponsored ad. Let Facebook do the magic and make sure everybody sees it.
Yeah, I would in this situation, I would not create as a post, but create as an actual advertisement. So then it's only going to your database that you upload to Facebook. And as well as you can do email blasts out of your CRM systems, or you could email blast and text blast that same database that you uploaded to Facebook with a link to register for the event. So
Colin, just to brainstorm on that a little bit more, as you were just saying that, some of the content that I put on my social media isn't necessarily because I really believe I'm going to interrupt somebody's day and they're going to see that and connect with that. But what do people do when they hear about us or when they're referred to us? They go to our social media to check us out. So sometimes a post is very intentional to be left behind in history as somebody scrolling, hey, what's this guy all about? I want to get to know him a little bit better, see what kind of posts he has, see if he's red or blue, whatever. So that would be maybe an intentional reason for doing that, so that they can see the types of things you do.
Yeah.
We do a lot of stuff. So
You could also kind of word it as a past client appreciation day event. Just so, I mean, eyeballs are realizing that, hey, being a client of these people, they're taking care of us and they're having fun with us. It's not just, they're not just taking our money. So, I mean, if you word it correctly, then I think it's a total no-brainer to put it on your pages.
Hey, Jeff, I got to jump. I've got a meeting, but I just wanted to say in closing here that Napoleon Hill wrote an incredible book called Think and Grow Rich. And one of the things I learned in that book was this idea around the reticular activator. You remember that, Jeff? You remember the reticular activator?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
so the reticular activator is this. You decide that you're interested in a Jeep Rubicon, and you go to their website and you're thinking about buying it. And then all of a sudden you see a Jeep Rubicon. Every car seems like it's a Jeep Rubicon. They're everywhere because it's top of mind, and your brain is programmed to see things that it is used to seeing, or that it is that you've thought about. It just picks those things out. It's called the reticular activator. And this strategy is really a strategy to trigger the reticular activator for your past clients. And it allows us to make sure that we get into every single one of our past clients' news feeds every single month. So try it with this event. But my strong encouragement is next month, create a 60-second, 30-second, whatever market update on what's going on, and reboost that post, or some sort of still image and reboost that post to your past client database. I promise you it'll trigger the reticular activator and keep you top of mind.
I love that, Josh. On that note, when we started doing these sponsored ad posts to our SOI, it's because we noticed on our business page, whenever we posted something more personal, particularly pictures of my grandbabies or some sort of family event or something like that, our engagement goes through the roof compared to a business post. And we also realized that a lot of our friends don't view our business page and see those posts. So we started sponsoring our personal posts that are on our business page to our friends and family so that they will see it, which of course, if they click on that, goes back to the post that's on our business page and helps make that connection.
100%. I absolutely agree with you. Kids and dogs and fun, race cars, those will go viral on your social just as a personal post. But if you need to get a business message out, give Facebook a few bucks and let them do the heavy lifting for you. Hey team, I'm sorry I have to run. I'm supposed to be on another Zoom training, but it was awesome sharing with you today. And Colin and Andrew can probably kick around for a few minutes if you have any other questions.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you.
See you guys. Take care. See you, Rock.
Who has questions for Colin or Andrew? Tracy says, for some reason, I can't create custom audience on my business page. Any idea, Colin, on where you might be looking in the wrong spot?
Yeah. So sometimes you have to get it registered. Does it give you an option or any steps on getting it all registered? I think it's pretty simple to do.
That's a good point, Colin. I think you have to create an ads manager account first, right?
Yeah, you have to create an ads manager account and link to a business.
How would I do that?
Let me see if I can find you guys a good tutorial video on that side of things, and I'll send it out.
I love that you said that, Colin, because the first thing that popped into my mind was go to YouTube and search how do I create an ads manager account?
That's gonna be the quickest because I mean it would take me a while to go through that. In that handout, it might cover that, but I'll send Jeff a link that he can send out as well.
Awesome. Well, Colin, I appreciate you taking the time to go through that. Is it okay if maybe you share your email address if somebody has a question later on regarding setting this up after they've gone through your handout that you prepared for us and watch this video again? There might be a question or two. Is that something that we could put in the chat?
Yep, that's totally fine. Just bear with me. If you do shoot me something, I get 1,000 emails a day, so it might be
Yeah.
a
As I
little
started
bit get back,
asking that,
but I will definitely get back as soon as I can.
I started saying that and I was like, pull back. Sorry.
And then
We wanna
I'll
be-
also be around. I believe I'll be in your office here soon too, with Josh. So I'll be around in person as well.
Yeah, awesome. So that training that Josh is doing again, guys, is on May 25th. He will be in the office in person. That's a little closer to the event. But I encourage you to kind of get to know a little bit more about them and their programs by tuning into that Zoom link that's in the chat for tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm going to be watching it here. You're welcome to come into the office and watch it together. It's next Wednesday, the 25th.
It's the training.
Right. The Wednesday training.
Cool.
All right, guys, if there's nothing else, we're going to cut you loose.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for letting us join your party today.
All right. Appreciate you, Colin. Thanks so much. We'll be in touch.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.